Welcome to the Lunch Rush. Today we've got a couple of reactions and a read, I think. Is that right, Chris? And so I have no idea what today's show is really about. I'm just going to be reacting here for everybody to see, and hopefully I don't make a fool of myself because Chris
Oh,
has
it's
got
it's gonna
stuff
be fine.
prepared.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah, two things that I found to react to, and one Reddit read for us to give our opinions on. It's fine.
And have you seen all of this stuff? So it's
I
me really doing the blind.
Yeah, you're the one really doing the blind
Okay.
reaction on this one. I know the topic of one of the reaction one of the TikTok topics I already seen, so I want to get
hmm
your opinion on that. The second one from a clip from YouTube, I have not watched. I did not want to
Okay.
watch it. And then the Reddit read, I know the title of it. I know the gist, but I don't know the whole story. So
I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot and it went
Okay.
fine. And I'm going to tell you why it went fine and how to address it because it was in a book I read and this is how you're supposed to address it, but it scared me. I'm literally shaking.
yeah, I'm about to say, do you see her hands? You saw her hands? So like,
Yeah.
all right, there we go.
And
So
she's
this
all set
guy,
up for the video too.
Yeah.
I am alone with my son, by myself, a woman, and a male approached me in a parking lot. He's, "Excuse me, miss," and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, "Excuse me, ma'am." And I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, "Do not approach me." And he immediately started going in the other direction and I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, "Do not approach me. Do not approach me." And he of course got what the F did it? Like he started cussing and yelling what's your problem? And I looked at him and he actually then crossed a couple cars down from my car and he didn't come anywhere near me. He crossed a couple cars down from my car and was like, what's continuing to cuss and say, "What's your problem?" And I say, "You do not approach women in a parking lot." I just kept saying, "Do not approach me. You do not approach women in a parking lot," like yelling it. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. Ever. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. And if a male does approach you, you need to turn around and use the strongest voice that you can possibly use with them. Don't be polite. They need to literally screw off. No male should be approaching you in a parking lot.
So yeah, that video caused a little bit of a debate on whether or not she overreacted when
That seems very extreme. Just to me, 30 feet away says, "Excuse me, ma'am."
exactly. Yeah. So yeah,
Not snuck up right behind her, not anything. And before he even has a chance to say anything, maybe he was somebody who worked at whatever store she was and she left something inside and he's going, "Excuse me, ma'am, you
yeah,
forgot this," or "Excuse me, ma'am, there's somebody in the back seat of your car, don't get in your car." I mean, she didn't even wait to see what it was, and
what
he
it
was
was.
far enough away to where he wouldn't be an obvious threat.
Right. The
That seems extra to me.
when I showed this to Joy, I
hmm
she had the same. Most people had from this video, this first video. She later on elaborated on it, and
Okay.
Joy kind of picked it apart right from the jump. Like there's something there that there's a lot of this story that she's not telling, and it seems like she's
Yeah.
purposely being extra vague to make herself sound like her gut instincts were correct. But the first instincts that people had, just like you said, you don't know
Yeah.
if that guy maybe was an employee. You don't know if he was a this. You don't know if he was legit. You could have dropped your wallet. I read in one comment.
Yeah.
You could have dropped your wallet and you're like, "Excuse me, miss you," and then do not approach. You know,
30 feet away, and it looks like daytime. So I'm assuming
right.
this,
This just
our
happened. This
assumption
yeah.
is
Her son is in the
is
car in
that
the
it
back
just
seat.
happened.
This just
Yeah.
happened
Yeah.
when this
And
video was taken.
she's so unbothered right now that she doesn't feel like she needs to flee for safety,
Right.
you know? Because if I really thought somebody was being threatening, I'd get in the car and get the frick out of town,
Yeah.
get
Right.
out of there. You
Usually,
wouldn't sit around in your car, fix your hair, and do a
and set
video
the phone
about it.
up, make sure the lighting is good.
Or yeah, she's got good lighting. She's got obviously a phone set up, so
Yeah.
this feels a little too packaged for me
See,
to think that this just happened.
in a later video, when after people initially started to say you probably overreacted and based on the information that she gave, she later on in another video elaborated, and
Okay.
then a little bit more of the details came out. So what it looks like was that he was probably a homeless person or a person that was on the parking lot, probably going around everybody asking for money or can I have a dollar or this and that and the other, which then prompted people to go, okay, so now you're homeless shaming. But it was exactly what my wife thought right from the beginning. Like, it's like she's leaving details out, because if it would have been something like this guy might have been following, I felt like his eyes were on me the whole time I was in the store, or I saw him before, and my gut. I don't have a problem with people saying my gut tells me this is a problem. That's fine.
Especially as a woman with a small child, I totally get it. Like, you need to be extra cautious. But just from the information that she provided, somebody cold said, "Excuse me, ma'am," which is polite.
Right.
Not like, hey, B word or something like that.
Well, she later said that he was saying that after she initially yelled at him.
After she screamed at him across the parking lot, which 30 feet is really far for her to be able to hear, "Excuse me, ma'am," number one.
Right.
And then she's screaming at him, "Do not approach me, do not approach me," whatever. So he was obviously mad because he felt shamed about it.
Right.
And if he so happened to be a homeless person, I live in Atlanta, lots of homeless people here.
Mm-hmm.
Generally, if you just don't reply or interact, then they leave you alone.
They'll leave you alone.
And
I mean,
nobody wants to do anything, get involved with anybody who doesn't want to interact with them, especially if they're panhandling or something.
And the weird thing about it was in another video where she's like defending 100%. There was some people in their comments saying, "No, that's 100%. You're 100% right." And look, if people were just trying to fish for more details, like maybe she recently had a traumatic experience, and maybe she has maybe she has been attacked before and she's on her guard. But in a later video, she said her husband thought, even her husband was like, maybe you overreact a little bit because you're not known to be a very scary person. I've never seen you react like that before. But for some reason in this situation, she just wasn't having it for whatever reason. She said she said herself, it was out of the norm for me. I'm not really a scared person. And whatnot, but for whatever reason, her instincts triggered up. But the problem that I had with this video,
if it's even real,
if this is even a real situation, but the problem that I had with the video was her instructions. No man should ever approach a woman in the park. Okay, so to me it's like when a parent who is like afraid of water raises their children to be afraid of swimming or something like okay, you're instructing all women that all men should never approach people in the parking lot for every scenario.
If I have somebody sitting in the back seat and some guy sees it before I get to my car and he goes, "Excuse me, ma'am, there's somebody in your back seat. Don't get in your car."
No,
you be like, "Thank you."
You do not approach me.
She did a couple of things that makes me think that this is a setup. Like, one, she overreacted, provided no information. She's really hyped up. She's got the setup, the camera. She references a book, and now she's giving steps.
Yeah, I read this in a book. Well, to her credit, she didn't name drop the book. She just said, "I read this in a book." So
didn't she say that?
Did she?
Didn't she say that she was going to say what book it was?
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah. So she's name dropping a book. So, but it's just the instructions.
That's a marketing thing. People get hired to do stuff like this to trigger people and drop names of products and books and things like that. And so,
I wouldn't know anything about that. I haven't been sponsored yet. You the one that's been. If a company that was selling like makeup and stuff, they were like, "We need you to go into a parking lot and then create this story and then make sure to."
I wouldn't do it.
Maybe she's born with it, kind of. A name drop.
Well, you'd have to put it's an advertisement. Like, if I did something silly, and if I did something silly, it wouldn't be accusing somebody of something or creating a false danger situation. You
Right.
would have to do like some silly little ad, and then you have to put advertisement in it in order to not be a complete jerk.
Hey, maybe she is overreacting, but was one thing that can't be denied. The strategy is I would not 100%, nothing's 100%. I would put it in the high 90s% effective. You immediately bring attention to yourself. You catch the person off
Yeah.
guard. If you're the type of person that doesn't want anybody, well, any male approaching you, but my wife said something interesting later on too when she thought about it. She said, "I bet you if that man would have been a guy, without knowing about him being homeless or a panhandler later, just from the first video, I bet you if that would have been an attractive man in a suit, I bet you she wouldn't have reacted like that."
She probably wouldn't have.
But the instructions were all men. So a man in a nice suit and tie, excuse me, miss.
And we don't even know at this point with the information provided that it was a homeless man.
Right.
She comes back later to try to justify her reaction, and
But then
You
she
know, that's
tiptoes
not-
then
that's
because
not
she doesn't
okay.
want to make herself sound like, because maybe the guy was a person of color, maybe he was, because you're going to be
maybe
accused
it
of,
wasn't even real.
yeah, if it was even real, you're going to be
It is
accused
social
of
media.
of shaming the homeless. You're going to be accused
Mm-hmm.
of racism. You're going to be accused of a whole bunch of stuff because the initial thing was that was an overreaction.
Sexism,
Yeah,
because
sex,
it's no man.
yeah, that was my thing. Sexist.
Yeah. If you feel threatened by any person, you would leave.
Yeah.
You would leave the area. You would secure your child in the car as quickly as you can, and you would remove your child and yourself from the area. So
Right.
maybe she did drive somewhere and park in a different place, but she said it just happened. Didn't she say she just get in the car or something like
Right.
that?
Yeah. She just got in the car.
Yeah.
The guy walked
So-
beyond, past other cars and got the hell out of there. And it was,
That she knows of. She feels so threatened and so like it's such a dangerous situation.
it was World War III.
And that she stayed, that she doesn't feel like she needs to leave.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
you're not actually secure in your car. If somebody wanted to attack you, getting into your car, breaking glass or something like that is much easier than you think.
I think maybe she just
So-
didn't want to admit that she just didn't have $1 to give or something like that. So she's like,
So she's going to screech at him from across the parking lot.
I don't know. Hey, like I said, it's effective. I mean, if that's the way you want to handle it, because you don't feel safe, I got to give you that. There's one thing that can be said about it. It 9 times
Me
out of 10, I
too.
bet it
And-
works.
And you should have a reaction if you legitimately don't feel safe. But people who are legitimately scared, they're not.
In
gonna
which she later
take a
said she's not
minute.
that type. So
Yeah, she's not going to take. They're not going to take a minute and go, "Wait, I have to document this, tell you all the steps, and plug a book."
this generation,
Real
you
quick.
know, yeah, no, Gen, what is it, Gen Z, Gen whatever, yeah.
A pickle
Alpha.
letter.
All right. Well, I guess let us know what you guys think about. Did she overreact? I think we're both in agreement on that. She, could have handled it
It
a little bit
seems
different.
fake.
Is
seems
it?
fake
Yeah, that's
to
the
me.
question. Is it fake? Is this fake news?
I think it's cap.
Yeah. All right. Well,
See,
there
I'm
you go.
cool. I'm cool. I'm down with the lingo.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
All right. All right. Gather around, children. I'm cool.
Come along, little children. I will tell you a
Oh,
story that is neither fact nor cap.
All right. All right. Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat Wicked Witch.
All right. Oh, yeah, I'll do
Okay.
that. That's fine. I'll read it from here. Okay. I was planning to propose in May, found out my girlfriend of 4 years has been cheating on me since December.
Oh wow.
27-year-old, and thought I found the person I wanted to be with for the rest of my life. I was planning on calling her dad and later proposing in May. We have a house and 2 dogs together. She's been acting really different lately and trying to push me away, but I've just figured it was due to stress at work. Yesterday, I decided to go through her iPad that she leaves at home every day, which I have never done before. And I found she's been sleeping with a guy that's been married for 12 years. They both decided to blank
Wow.
up their lives, hoping to one day run away together, I guess. She works with this guy and sees him every single day, which makes matters worse. I've never felt so betrayed and hurt in my entire life, and I wondered if I'd simply been missing more signs all along. I could never hurt someone like this, and even if I didn't love them anymore, I would have the respect and decency to let them know before I ever started something with someone else. For additional context, the guy told my girlfriend that he was going back to his wife the day before I found the message. And so now she's left with no one. I'm not good at being mean to people, but I hope she's never able to find the happiness and security she had with me. Thanks for letting me get this off my chest, Reddit. What do you think about, so it looks like he dumped. Okay, so it looks like that ended.
Yeah, he's out. Smart
Yeah.
guy.
No, okay. So I have no notes. Good, you left. No, like what the
Good for you. Good for you. Glad you found it before you got married.
Did-
And that sucks, but it seems like she didn't have enough respect for herself and the relationship to, you know,
She didn't
be
have the
a reasonable
testicular
person.
fortitude.
and break up with you before promising to be with this married man.
So do you think it was about the fact that the married guy was already like, I'm gonna go back on my wife, was why she was being a little extra salty the day before, that day that he decided to snoop, or
Maybe,
yeah.
but like it doesn't really. I mean, the whole thing is honesty. How do you ever trust that person
No, yeah,
ever again?
No,
You know, and
I bet you,
know,
I bet you
they-
anything she probably tried to turn it around on him. Why are you going through my stuff?
Yeah. Ugh. Ugh. I hate people like this. I can't do it. I can't do the cheating thing. I've never cheated, never wanted to. And
Oh,
if
man,
that's
it's
more
fun.
about a respect thing.
So much fun.
That's more about a respect thing for me. Like I respect myself too much to do something like that. And so, yeah, so you can see my nose in the air.
Yeah,
But,
I
like,
know.
seriously.
Oh, Miss High and Mighty doesn't want to have multiple suitors. Oh no.
I don't want to. If I'm in a relationship, I'm in a relationship. If I don't want to be with you anymore, I'm out of that relationship. It's easy. And you don't go out with married people.
Yeah.
Because they're never gonna leave.
What
their
is
spouse.
that's the one that got me. I'm like, that dude's been married for 12 years. He's getting something out of it. He's using you for fun. You like there's
Yeah, you're convenient. You work together.
There-
So he didn't
I-
have to try real hard.
I
Find you.
saw a video, or maybe it was a TikTok video of a woman who's exotic dancer, and
Okay.
she said, and like people were coming at her and saying like, all these men that come to your to watch you dance are just broken men in bad relationships, and she was like, you want to know I have a lot of people who come to watch me dance who are in happy marriages and a lot that are in unhappy marriages. You want to know the percentage of the ones who ask me to go into the back and give them a little extra, it's the same number for both sides. Whether they're, you will be surprised. Like a guy will come to the VIP room and what did she say? She said a guy will come in the VIP room and just be complaining, oh my God, my wife doesn't understand me. I hate this. And I'm only staying for the kids. And then he'll ask, can we do something extra? Then
That's a tactic too, by the way.
Sometimes
So
it's a tactic, yeah.
He could very well be in a happy marriage.
Yeah,
and
but
he's
but
just
she
looking
said
for a
but
little extra.
Then she later on
Yeah.
that same video said, you'll be surprised how many times it's the same number. It'll be a guy who will come in and he will do nothing but brag about his wife. I love her so much. We've been together. My kids, we have a happy list. And then the second the song ends, can we go in the back and do a little? She's like, she said it's the same percentage on both sides. She said you would be surprised how many people are loving, happy, and complimenting their wives right before they ask me to go in the back.
But that has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Them being in a relationship has nothing to do with that kind of mentality.
Yeah,
of
that's
whether or not
that's
they would
just
cheat.
his.
That's their honor and respect system. So their
Yeah.
internal system, they've decided that these things are okay as long as they don't get caught or.
And
they
plus,
don't
sometimes you
bring
don't know
anything home and-
people's arrangement. There's married couples who
Yeah.
who
who are
I-
completely okay with that.
Yeah,
There's all sorts of acronyms nowadays for anything that you can think of.
yeah.
And and if that's the case, then that's fine. That's not disrespectful in any way.
Right.
But
in this
know.
situation, it was girl,
people are sleazy.
Yeah, but in this story, girl, you got played, and then you lost your fiance.
She did, and I bet you she thought she wasn't going to get caught. They always think that the ones that are cheaters.
Well, she was
they
trying.
always
She was
think
trying
that they're not
to.
going to get caught.
She was trying to convince that other guy while being engaged. Convince the other guy to leave his wife. That's a lot of work.
That is 12 years.
Yeah.
If he was leaving her, they'd be separated or going through divorce or something, and then maybe they'll still break up, or they could get back together. Who knows?
Exactly. All right.
You don't play with people like that. But also, like, come on, girl, you had a good thing going.
Sarah's like, get it together, girl.
Get it together.
Don't be bitter. Be better.
Yeah, have more respect for yourself. Come on.
Yeah. It's like this. Your JJ's putting in too much overtime. You need to take a break.
Seriously, what did you think was gonna happen?
You know what I want to do for the lunch rush from now on? Oh, I gotta see.
What?
I wanted to have food. We call it the lunch rush. I was like, you know what? I was gonna bring snacks from now on. Like,
Snacks.
Right.
Now read something. Now read something. What? I can't hear you. What did you say?
That would have been funny. I could have did that.
Okay.
It's called We Have the Same Baby Daddy, Truth or Drink.
So why did you and Jared break up?
We wanted different things. It was a mutual split.
I disagree.
Yeah.
That's just a nice thing to say.
It's never a mutual. They can either answer or take a shot.
Take a shot.
We should
Who are
play
you
that.
two and
game.
how do you know each other?
My name's Riley.
I'm Gabrielle, and that's the baby daddy.
Jared.
Hey there.
So you also have
Riley
kids
looks
that
like
share
she's
with
12.
I'm stepmom.
And I'm the mom.
you. Would you like to start with a shot?
Let me start off by saying my wife and ex would never do this, ever.
No.
When I first met Joy and I knew she was the one, I tried to make that dynamic like well, we can all be friendly and talk and my ex didn't want. I'll get into it later.
Yeah. All right, cheers.
Woo!
So why did you and Jared break up?
We wanted different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
We're better as friends. He didn't have enough tattoos or a felony, so it was a mutual split.
I disagree.
Who broke up with who?
I did.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, he dumped her.
Oh boy. In what ways is my kid annoying?
I feel like we both have the same answers for this. Liam has no patience.
None.
If you tell him to wait a second, he will literally count down the second and repeat himself. He also does not understand that me and Jared are like together because all he has seen is his brother having a different mom, you and him, and then me and my son.
Yeah. All right.
Could you do this?
Rate my attractiveness
sounds-
on a scale from
The
1 to 10.
child sounds young.
Yeah.
The child sounds young to complain about something that sounds naturally natural.
Yeah.
Like when little kids are like, kindergarten, this is
Yeah.
what I know. And you tell me 5 minutes, I'm going to be sitting there going, oh, it's exactly 5 minutes because you told me it was 5 minutes.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they're very literal. And so you're going to complain about a child being very literal and when she also has a child.
I was wondering like if the mom was gonna be like, don't say that about my son.
And I also have another question. So why would you ask her why they broke up when she didn't break up with him? He broke up with her.
I guess I'm assuming some of these questions are written by the setup, the people
Yeah.
who setting the channel up.
Because you don't ask the person who got dumped, why did he dump you? I don't know. Ask him.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
I was on the receiving
well, you
end
know,
of
well,
the
you know, she's gonna say, well, he already told
know?
me so. He already told me.
I think you're like a 9.5.
All right. All right.
If someone gets to know you, though, I think it's a 6.5 or a 7. But it's
That's a significant drop.
she has a temper, and me and you both have been working on it.
Yep.
Like I make sure that I talk to her, I work through her emotions. Like I want.
Wait, so she said that when you first meet her, she's a 9, but when you
Yeah,
talk
9.5.
to her, she drops to a 6.
Yeah.
Could you take a compliment? Criticism like
No.
that?
us to be happy. I want all of us to be healthy for the
Yeah.
sake of all of our children,
Yeah.
because that's a good thing. Yeah.
We already know she's a little bitch. I don't like her.
I already know the answer to this.
Oh boy.
Did you dislike me when we first met?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. When he told me he's bringing a 19-year-old home, I Nearly half.
Yeah, you were right.
She looks 12. Yeah, yeah.
When he told me he was bringing a 19-year-old home, I was like, typical. He's 48. No.
19-year-old with an attitude.
She could be a Power Ranger.
Doesn't seem to like the child that she's stepmom to, but she
But
has
she
a
has her own
child.
kid too, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Had an aneurysm.
Jared, how did you know?
Had an aneurysm.
Oh man.
Do you need a shot?
Yeah. So there was
Oh,
essentially
he's there,
nothing
and
that I
they
could
can
have
hear
done
him.
No, that's true.
to navigate that any better. So
I've mellowed out now. When my family and we all met you, we definitely were like, okay, she's a lot older. We wouldn't have pegged you for as young as you were.
Yeah.
Jared,
It's all the
in
makeup.
what ways can we both improve at parenting?
for Gabby, definitely slowing down. I know kids can be a handful, but just to take a deep breath. Everything's gonna be okay.
Look, she
and-
knows it's
God,
true.
if you tell me that when I am stressed out, I'm getting triggered hearing it.
And with Riley, so Riley's a lot like me, very calm, collected. But if there's one thing, just keep working on your cooking skills, which have
Oh.
Look at, but that was the perfect pause. Look at both of their faces.
Work on your cooking skills. And she, that was a tidbit
Wasn't
that
the question about parenting?
the question was, what would you improve about, or what would you criticize about both your ex and your current girlfriend?
Oh, okay.
So he said that we talked about her attitude, the ex's attitude,
hot tempered, and then
and then now cooking.
yeah.
As a cook, you're a great wife. Like compliment
Yeah.
something else. As far as your cooking skills, you're a wonderful person.
Reheater. You're great at reheating stuff.
Yeah, I don't
perfect
cook, I
temperatures.
reheat. That's that look on her face of don't say that in front of her.
Yeah.
come a long way.
Wow, your comment was more offensive than what I was going with.
Sometimes she gets so excited that she'll skip certain ingredients.
Wow.
And it was chicken, and she forgot to flour it. Yeah, yes.
It was when you were there that one night, and the smoke was coming up.
Could you
They
imagine
look
that?
like they get along.
They say,
I mean, they're there having dinner together.
Could you imagine if she makes a meal and then he's all like, well, that's not how my ex does it.
Here she is. She can tell you.
Yeah, come fix this, babe. Go straight to jail, immediately to jail.
Could you imagine having your ex over at your house with your current partner?
I
Having your ex enjoy over and then hanging out and having a couple of drinks and having dinner?
I was a Hope Springs eternal type of dude. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have known better based on how she acted during our marriage and divorce. So I shouldn't have even thought that was even a possibility. My ex has and this, me and her just had it out yesterday. She took my kids out of school early during my visitation time without my permission,
Oh.
and we got into it because it was
That's also a safety thing, though, because
she's
like if
very-
you don't know where your kids are and you're responsible.
Yeah, she has this need to always be seen being the better or this or being in this positive light. She needs to be seen doing it instead of just doing it. So I should have known.
She needs other people to
She
know.
she needs the validation from others to
Yeah.
see. So I should have known that
That's my
wasn't gonna work.
100% my ex too, and
Yeah.
I've only met his wife once, and he wouldn't let me meet her until after they were married.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And-
Didn't want. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Because she might not go through with it.
Was he afraid that you were going to
and-
be? He was probably afraid that you were going to be all like that swirl that he does in bed. I taught him that.
No, God, no, I was not. No, not
Did
interested.
he do the same move on you?
that.
Yeah, that's
No, thank you. No, but they live in a different state, so it's not like there's been opportunities to see each other. But no,
so no getting together and having drinks like this, huh?
no, thank you.
Oh,
Although
Jesus,
seems
what?
fine,
Tell
but
me where
no
Jared
thanks.
can improve sexually or take
There's the question right there. Tell me where he can improve.
a shot. don't know if I want the answer.
You better take
No,
that
it's
shot.
okay.
No, take the shot. You do
No,
not
it's
do that.
okay.
Men have fragile egos, though.
You'll appreciate it. So it's not the sex. The only place where I have a hard time is beforehand. I try to take on everything, but I try to make sure everyone sits together at dinner, eats together, and then by the time
Wait,
it's bedtime,
actually?
I'm tired.
Oh.
I'm ready to go to bed,
Oh.
and he's in the mood. And I'm not in the mood because I'm so tired.
Yeah, because he was watching you. He was watching
Yeah.
you doing all that sexy mom work. You know, that's a turn on for us. So you're like, yeah. She just got through,
That
fixing
is
the.
a lot, though.
She just got through cooking the dinner, fixing the garage. She took out the trash. That was hot. That turned him on. Yeah.
While he's sitting on the couch going,
Yeah, while he's sitting on the couch, like, ooh, yeah. The way she
"Cheering
just
you on."
did all those chores and I didn't do a damn thing. I'm in the mood.
There you go.
Sometimes I just need to sit in the shower an extra 10 minutes longer.
Yeah, no, I
Or,
can feel
you know,
that
just-
as a new mom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think I know the answers. Were you nervous to
No.
meet me? If so, why?
No, I was so excited to meet you. Like, I had rainbows and sunshines in
Before
my
and
head.
after everything. Remember our first sit
okay,
down?
Before everything.
Okay.
What happened
Rainbows.
during the first sit down?
Well, we had a lot of like problems leading to our first sit down.
So, okay, let me.
Yeah.
So there was a night where I was moving and Jared helped me. Well, that night, you found my Facebook.
Yeah, I'm out of.
You found my Facebook, and I remember I was sleeping on the couch. I woke up and I had all of these messages. You need to leave right now. Like, you're supposed to be encouraging time with his son, all this stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, and I showed Jared the messages, and he was like, hey, like, it's okay. You can stay. When we actually first met and we decided to plan like a dinner, and we sat down, we laid it all out, we worked it out, it was good.
Yeah.
All right. Oh!
I'm scared.
Do you think my fiance's penis is larger or smaller than average?
That's the nervous. Look, he's sweating now. You can't see it, but it's happening.
It's tiny. It's tiny. I know it is.
It's
I'm
all
just kidding.
sweat happening down there.
I think we know the answer here, Gabrielle.
To his defense, he is above average. All right. Weird,
Oh, hell
weird,
yeah.
weird, weird.
Hell yeah.
Happy, the camera go back to him. Happiest man in the world right now.
He has the same expression that he did before they asked, like
Look at
as they were asking the question. He was like, oh shit, what are they gonna say? I'm gonna be
At first he was
frozen."
all like, or he
Yeah.
was confident. He was like, I got this.
It's up there.
In your book.
In your book. Oh, what? He didn't like that. Ever since the divorce, I've had bigger. That's what she's saying.
You got a couple years on me.
Wow.
How has your perception about me changed since we met?
From when we first met up until now, there has been so much growth.
You embraced the crazy. You could have ran. I thought you were gonna run. Tried to make you run. You still lasted. So in my book, you're good.
Oh, okay, that's a question. How would you have handled that? I mean, you're the new fiance, and his ex is doing everything in her power to make you run. Would you just be like, look, non-communicado, or you just like, this is too much for me? How do you handle it?
You gotta choose the high road. If somebody's is acting all nuts, and that's because of whatever is going on with them, so their insecurities or wanting their ex back or something, and you know that you're having a stable relationship with this person, you can't control how they're going to behave.
Right.
You can only control how you're going to behave in the situation. So short of going no or just not responding when she's actually acting crazy and only responding to legitimate things, I mean, you don't really have much of an option.
But the barrage on your
So-
Facebook page, like the what?
You just block them. Moving on.
Yeah.
Just keep it
Well, I'm
going.
happy I've gotten to meet you and get to know the kids.
Co-parenting's hard, but we're trying to
making
break
our
the trend.
best.
I know I am in my family because co-parenting does not exist in my family.
I feel like we should take a drink together because it's like a thing to celebrate.
Because they really didn't drink that much.
Yeah, they were very willing to answer the questions. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
No matter what the scenario is, no matter how good of a guy is, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you what the guy the thought is popping in the guy's head. They're both here. There's drinks. He knows it's not gonna happen, but the thought popped in his head.
I don't know. The ex admitted that she tried to run her off. Why would you try to run somebody off?
No, that's what I'm talking about. Something else, like an opportunity.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about one of those acronym relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knows it's not gonna happen, but
I don't know. It might.
it might.
I'm looking at the same thing that you're looking
They
at.
they got some chemistry right there.
I think they might. Everybody
I think
seems
I'm
to
a
like
good
each other.
match for
It's fine.
Jared.
Absolutely. I say it all the time that you literally, I couldn't have dreamed about a bonus mom, stepmom, whatever we're calling it. I couldn't have dreamed a better partner, and you do match him in ways that
Sister
I could
wife?
never. Thank God for you.
Are we ready for one last?
Yeah.
Primary
One
and
more shot?
secondary,
Yeah.
I think the terms are.
Oh, you have to fill yours up more.
All right, fine.
All right.
We're not driving.
Oh,
No,
Parenthood.
the baby daddy is.
he's got him right where he wants him.
There you go.
I don't know. I thought
That was
it fun.
interesting. That was fun though.
I thought
They
that
were
was gonna
nice to
be.
each other.
I thought it was gonna be more intense than what it was. So
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they interview them, see if they have a good relationship before they put them on TV with alcohol and glass bottle.
oh no, there are some clips on that channel where some crazy stuff goes
there?
down. So I assume
seems
this is
like-
gonna be one of them.
To me, it seems like Maury, but with alcohol. You know,
Yeah, which is a bad
that's
mix.
that's
a
what
bad
I want to
mix.
see.
Yeah,
I want to see that.
Usually there's some
I'd say-
crazy stuff that goes down in that channel, but no, that was more of on a nicer side of it. They're
I
all
liked it. That was fun.
they're a
There was a
throuple.
couple of digs. There's
Yeah.
a couple of digs on either side, but
Yeah, he thinks he
Good,
has a
overall.
big one. The way they do, he's sitting there like, what are they gonna
That's good.
say?
that was a good question because that kind of showed them both kind of ganging up on him and having their kind of relationship. So
Right.
that was nice.
He's
That
like,
made the whole thing nice.
the cooking thing was like, oh, dude, why? Don't do this to yourself.
Yeah.
bro. No. All right, you want to close us out?
Absolutely.
Go for it.
Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today for the Lunch Rush. And we hope you come back next time. We'll be playing games. We'll be doing some topics. We'll be doing some reactions. Come back, join us. Lunch Rush. And I'm Sarah Catherine the Red. You can find me on Instagram.
And I'm Chris Fagan. I will bring snacks next time.